Hi there, this is Jason Medor, and in today's video I wanted to continue the exploration of odd types of records that you'll find in record collecting. So today I wanted to talk about records that were made by the, what was it here? Oh yeah, the Great Northern Manufacturing Company from 1907 onwards, or which later was the Consolidated Talking Machine Company, because they released a bunch of different labels with odd spindle sizes in them, and I wanted to show you two of them in my collection. There are other labels too that you can find that have the 3/4 inch spindle size, but I don't have any of those currently. I'm on the lookout for them, but one just hasn't found its way into my collection yet. So the first one is this one. This is a standard disc record. This one happens to be Burt Williams' Let It Alone. This one was again made by Columbia. It's a Columbia Master. It just has a center hole drilled out. And the way that these records worked was that it was basically the Chicago Talking Machine's grand scheme. What it was you could go into a grocery store or a mail order retailer, something like that, would entice customers by giving them a free record player. It was at no cost to them to get this record player, but the record player had either an odd spindle on it or had some other feature that prevented it from playing other brand of discs other than their own. So, for example, the Busy Bee phonograph had an extra lug that was located on the turntable platter next to the spindle. So obviously, if you tried to play a record made by Victor on it, it wouldn't fit. You could not play it. But a Busy Bee record had that extra slot cut out next to the spindle hole on the record itself, so you would just line it up with the lug on the turntable, and then it would play. So that's how those records worked. It's kind of similar to today, how if you get a free cell phone, you can only use the charger that was made by the company of that cell phone. You can't use a charger that was made by some other company. It's basically the same thing, because the company knew that there wasn't a whole lot of profit in the record player itself, but there was a ton of profit to be made with the records, and the records were retailed at full price. So there was the standard disc record, and that one had, I think, what was that, 9/16 inch spindle hole. So it's basically, I think, 75% larger than a standard 1/4 inch spindle hole that you'll find on an LP or regular 78 or diamond disc or something like that. So that one was basically the smallest odd diameter spindle that was there. I also have the largest one in my collection, which literally looks like a donut. It's this one here. This is an Aretino record, and this one happens to be Drowsy Dempsey by Wes L. Osman, and the other side is Sounds from Home by Stell, Lufsky, and Storth. So this one actually has the largest spindle hole out of any record ever made. This one is 3 inches across. I can literally hold it with one hand, and as you can imagine, this cuts into the playing time significantly. I think both sides of this record play for maybe 2 minutes 10 seconds, and that's it. And you can see on this side how close the groove is to the label. So as you can imagine, this one was the least popular. Aretino records are not easy to find these days. I was very fortunate that I found this one at an estate sale for $5, and because the person who was selling it didn't know the value of these. This record could easily go for like $30 or $40 if I tried to resell it elsewhere. But so, as you can imagine, that record player also, the Aretino Talking Machine, also had an oversized spindle hole that allowed only Aretino discs to be played. You could not play Victor or Columbia or even the standard disc record on it, because the spindle hole on this is way too small. So, if you find these records in record collecting, if you don't want to waste your time trying to accurately center them or drill out adapters for them, you can usually just hold off and find the same material on Columbia, because there's not really anything pressed on Columbia that didn't make its way into some other budget label. If you're willing to just wait for the regular diameter spindle hole copy to show up, it probably will, or you can look on eBay for it. But I just bought these because they were the ones that were the most available at the time, and I think that especially the Aretino is pretty cool. I mean, I have it hanging up on the wall in my room, because alone it's a pretty good decorative piece. And what's also interesting about the Aretino as well is that most of the talking machines that were sent to customers in order to play these were pretty much just junk. I mean, they had noisy motors, they couldn't maintain a constant speed, things like that. The Aretino machine, if you ever find one, is actually a really well-built and well-designed machine. I think there are 2 videos of the Aretino talking machine playing on YouTube, and the sound on it is just phenomenal. I mean, it sounds like a top-of-the-line Victor phonograph. So if you ever encounter an Aretino phonograph, I would highly recommend scooping that one up versus the other ones, because the build quality on that is phenomenal. But of course, that's about the talking machine. It's not actually about the records, but that's neither here nor there. But if you thought this video was interesting, or you have any other ones that you would like to show me, please do. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And this is Jason Medor saying, till next time, have a good 2015, and I will see you later. Bye.